Ignite is an ongoing series of speedy presentations. Each speaker gets only 5 minutes and 20 slides that auto-advance every 15 seconds.
Thank you. I'm Greg Galluccio, and I'm in the lighting business, but this is not just about lighting. I believe that within the next 5 to 10 years, all new construction in homes and commercial will be wired with low voltage DC power instead of high voltage AC power. So let me explain a little bit about these terms. The first thing I'm going to tell you is line voltage, or AC voltage, is the voltage that comes through your wall outlet from the power company into your wall outlet. It's about 120 volts AC. Low voltage, or DC voltage, is actually the voltage that most of the things that you plug into use. Now, line voltage, as we all know, can kill you. It's very dangerous. It can give you an electric shock. It also is a risk of fire. It can burn houses down. So low voltage, or DC voltage, is in your house, and you're familiar with it. You'll see it in, for example, USB plugs, and in the output of little adapters, and in data cables and things like that. You're not afraid of that stuff. You can even actually put it in your mouth. Nothing's going to happen to you. Now, we take all these high voltage wires and we run them through our home, and it's the monster behind the walls. Even our children, we're afraid that they're going to touch something. There are 1,100 deaths by electrocution in the United States every year, all kinds of fires and things like that. But what are we doing? We're taking that voltage, and who doesn't have this in their house? We're changing it over to what our appliances can actually use. Why would we do that? We put all these expensive devices in between us and them. We have circuit breakers. We have ground fault circuit interrupters, tamper-proof receptacles, surge suppressors, all these things that we're trying to keep from getting killed by the monster behind the walls. Now, here's an Ethernet cable. You've all seen these. It plugs into your computer, and it carries data, and it connects all your smart devices together. And so here's an example of how it would be used in a commercial situation where everything's... What about the data cable? Well, it's very low voltage. As a matter of fact, it doesn't even provide voltage unless it sees something on the other end that it understands. It's 1/3 the price of the wire that you use in your house. It can be installed by anyone, and it carries mostly signals. But guess what? It also carries power, a little bit of power. You can power up a security camera with this thing, and they've actually raised it up a little bit to be able to power like routers and computers and things like that. You can put up to 100 watts on that. Guess what else you can do with 100 watts? You used to be able to only create light with about 100 watts for your bedroom table. Now 11 watts in an LED light can actually light up your entire room. So what happens if we connect our lights direct? First of all, does anyone know how to install one of these? No, you need an electrician, right? You got to put it into an outlet box and everything. Here's a light. Suppose we power it with Ethernet. I just installed it. Okay? So when you do that, and you have a little bit of smarts built into the light, you can also talk to it, because it's going back to your data center. And it understands, I want you to dim it. I want you to change color. I want you to control it. It's cheap, 1/3 the installation cost, no licensed electrician required, no risk of fire or shock, no AC to DC conversion, it's more efficient. And watch this, you can connect it up to batteries, and it will always be on even if your service goes out. It connects directly to renewable power sources, which are also DC. Your wind power, your solar power, and everything else, those are all DC. What do we need AC for anymore? And by the way, you've also got these USB plugs. You can actually buy something right now that will connect all of those. And you think it's only your little products that will work on this? No. Battery-powered products that require a lot of power can also be DC converted. It's going to be a while before the big stuff goes from AC to DC, from dangerous to safe. But as systems become more efficient, eventually we'll be able to convert those as well. So as people realize that this, which is your little structured wiring cable with the low voltage in the computer, is so much better than this, which is your big honking nasty killer thing, they're going to want to move everything over to that. And the review of the benefits is safety, efficiency, lower costs, battery backup, smart, controllable. The Internet of Things, everything talks to everything else. You can create data. How much are my lights on? How much are they costing me? All of that. Who of us will be the first to start doing this? Thank you very much.